So this is my first time picking up the camera to record in about 3 months now. And some of you may have noticed that the upload frequency on the channel has been a bit less than it would have been in the past. That's because there's been a lot going on behind the scenes over the past 3 months, and so it's time for a life update. Let's get right into it. So a bit of background to bring some context and set the scene. So those of you who followed the channel for a long time, this channel started about 6 years ago now, actually, coming up to the channel's 6th birthday, as a personal finance and investing channel. But living in Madrid, I posted 1 or 2 Spain videos and they ended up performing really well and were very popular. And I saw that people who watched the channel wanted to see more Spain related content. And the channel essentially evolved into that, a kind of Spain focused channel with bits and pieces of other countries dabbled in there, talking about life, immigration, visas, life, general everyday living tips in Spain. And over the past year or so, you may have seen that I've branched out a bit more beyond Spain, with Spain still being a key part of the channel. But adding, content from other countries, Portugal being a notable one, and then making content about countries like Cyprus, Georgia, the UAE at times as well. So going into more general international content. And I was really focused and I really wanted to grow the channel and to turn it into something bigger over the years, and I put a lot of time and effort into videos, into research, looking into things like potential partnerships that could be beneficial for the audience to couple up and to pair it up with a lot of the content that was going out there. And the reason I added some of these other countries as well is because one of the biggest lessons I've learned recently is that, in simple terms, no country is perfect. Like, to some people, Spain is perfect, it's amazing, it's the best place to live, whereas others, wouldn't ever consider going there. There's people who live in Spain who want to leave Spain as well. And so because the audience of this channel is quite diverse, I've tried to find the balance and give the reality of what is living in a country like Spain, and talk about also other countries as well. Because, Spain can be great for people who are retiring, who are really focused on enjoying life, but Spain might not be great for an entrepreneur. Maybe someone who's an entrepreneur who's watching the channel, or digital nomad, would prefer a place like Cyprus, would prefer a place like the UAE maybe. But if you gave the UAE as an option for a retiree, maybe they wouldn't choose it. So that's kind of the idea behind the diversification of the channel up to now. And I want you to keep this in mind because I'm going to come back to it a bit later in the video. So me, like 2 or 3 years ago, I was grinding, I was spending a lot of time researching, recording, looking into potential beneficial partnerships that could complement the content on the YouTube channel. This year I decided it's time to focus a bit more on balance in my life, because I'm not done with the channel by any means. I'm definitely still going to be producing content and uploading it, but I just decided that this year I do want to go a bit more at my own pace, find a bit more balance between what is my free time and what is time I spend on the YouTube channel. Content will still be going out and it will still be to the same quality. Just that, I'm no longer in full-on grind mode and putting every single spare hour of my time into growing the channel. The channel will continue to grow, just maybe at a slower but more sustainable rate. Spend more time with family, on other hobbies, being able to focus more on health, rest and recovery, exercise, these kind of things as well. Now, there's another important piece of news I want to share with you as well. So I'm gonna head down this hill that I've climbed. I didn't intend to climb. And when I get to the bottom, I'm gonna tell you all about it. All right, the other major life change that has taken place this year, as I said at the start of the video, so this is the first time I've picked up camera in about 3 months, but at the same time, content has still been uploaded to the channel. So videos over the past few months were all batch recorded, and in these past 3 months we've left Spain. We no longer live in Spain. And before I get into a bit of the story, again, this doesn't mean that there'll be no more Spain videos on this channel. It has been and will continue to be a big part of the channel and of the content that I upload. But we have left Spain and we are no longer living in Spain. So Spain has been my home for the past 6 years. I moved from France. I had some incredible times in Spain. It gave me a great life, a great quality of life. I made great friends. I learned a lot. I grew a lot and evolved a lot as a person whilst living in Spain. I met my wife in Spain and we got married in Spain. So it goes without saying that it's been a very big and important chapter of my life. And it's one that closing the door on has been bittersweet, let's say. And sometimes it's even difficult to process that I've closed the door, because everything has kind of happened so fast in the past 3 months that to some extent, I'm still processing the fact that we no longer live in Spain. As I said earlier in the video, there's no one country that is, universally the best for everything. And as I said, having evolved and grown as a person over the past 6 years that I've been in Spain, and as I've grown and evolved as a person, my priorities, my focus, and my goals have evolved too. And I had been open to relocating for a number of years, but I really needed the timing and circumstances to line up well. And fortunately this year they did. And so around the middle of the year we made that move. I'm not going to reveal where we've moved to just yet. There may be some clues in the video. And if you have an idea, or if you think you might have an idea of where we are now, then feel free to drop a comment. I'm very interested to see where you think we are. I'm definitely planning to share more about our experience here so far, talk a bit more about where we've moved to and what life is like here. And so there you have it, guys, a bit of an update as to what's been going on. As I say, it's been a very, very hectic past couple of months, but settling in, things are starting to stabilize a little bit, and I'm looking forward to the future as well. I'm feeling very positive about the direction of the channel, this new chapter in life, and in general, I would say as well. And so again, a big thank you all for watching, for supporting the channel, for my subscribers and members of the channel as well. I really appreciate you all, and stay tuned to hear more. In the meantime, if you want to see more content from the channel or check out a couple of other adventures we've been on, then be sure to check out these two videos here. Till next time, I'll see you on the next one, and let's get this money.